are due with a baby in May, if you can't tell. Hopefully sooner than later. Honestly, I am getting to that point where it is rough. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be our debt snowball update. If you've been around for the past few videos, you know that our debt snowball is not actually going towards anything at the moment because of the situation. We are currently just putting it into our emergency savings account. Hopefully when everything goes kind of back to normal, we can take all of that money that we've put in the emergency savings account above the $1,000 and put it towards our current debt snowball, which is the Trailblazer. I did still want to make sure that I was keeping track every month. So last month we had, what was it, $800 or so, 900 that we put into our emergency savings account. And then this month we're doing the same, except we have a lot bigger number because of the stimulus checks. Basically what I do is right around the 26th, 27th of the month, that's when the car payment's due. That's usually when I go through and kind of figure out how much money we have for our debt snowball. So I go through our bank account, I add everything up, I put everything into our budget. I go through my budget planner and, oh crap. Basically I just update everything and then figure out what else is still gonna come out of the bank account up until the end of the month so that I can kind of have a good estimate of what the debt snowball will be. So we only have a couple things that still need to come out of the bank account. Our water came out, so I can cross that off. And I just cross things off as they come out. The daycare is paid, it hasn't came out yet. And then iTunes, which is only a couple bucks, and the car payment, which is $183. So I'm gonna write this down on this piece of paper of things to still come out of the bank account. We've got iTunes, daycare, even though it's been paid, car payment, and then the Department of Ed. So Russell's student loan payment hasn't came out. It usually comes out on the 20th, or the 22nd, 20th?
20th.
It usually comes out on the 20th, but it didn't. So I don't know with all of the COVID-19 stuff if those employees are not working or if they just aren't direct debiting money out of accounts. So we're gonna call, it's the weekend right now, so we're gonna call next week to figure out, because we still want to pay that. We don't want to not pay it, because if you know, we're on a 9-month plan to get it out of default. So this is the last month. We wanna make sure we get that payment taken care of. But I'm still gonna put it on here because it hasn't came out yet. And then I did just get groceries on Friday. I'm gonna assume that maybe Wednesday or Thursday that I might have to go back to the store and get just a little bit more meat because they have a limit on how much you can buy. So I'm gonna probably go ahead and put down groceries like $50 because I also know I need to get laundry detergent. I do believe that should be it for things coming out of the bank account. Let me double check here. So I just write down what needs to come out. I need to write down how much each one of these is. $2, $400, $183, and then $466. I'm gonna add that up. All right, I just added it up. So what we have left over that still needs to come out of the account this month is $1,095. It is the 26th of the month, so there's not very many days left. And currently we have $2,100-ish in the bank account. I'll need to check and write that down. If you watched a couple of videos back, you know that with everything going on, we've been buying a lot of our items online. So usually I keep track of receipts and stuff. Right now, I'm keeping track through our bank account. What I did for our mid-month check-in is I wrote down everything here, and this was my mid-month numbers, and now I have gone through the bank account and just categorized things. This category we went way over on, and we went over on food and home a bit. So I'll get into this in a minute, and actually this will be in my budget recap for the month. So stick around for that here in a couple videos. This is what I do. So I take these numbers, I add it all up, take these numbers and I plug it into my spreadsheet. I see what number my spreadsheet tells me my debt snowball should be at, and then I subtract this $1,095 or whatever it is for the month from that number to find what my debt snowball should be. I know last time I did this, I think my debt snowball ended up being like $990 something, and I rounded back down. Instead of going up, I rounded back down because because I'm doing this based off of like estimates, and I might miss something, I might not. So let's say my debt snowball ends up being $823. I'll probably just be safe, honestly, the way my brain works, and I'll just make it a clean $800 and keep that $23 in my checking account cushion just in case, because that's just kind of how I work. So if you work a different way, or if something else, if it motivates you better to go ahead and round up, do that. I wish that my brain worked that way right now, but at the moment, I'm not there. Real quick, I'm going to plug these numbers in, and then we'll figure out what our debt snowball is for the month. All right, so this is where it tells me what my debt snowball should be. This is what it was planning on being for the month, and this is what it currently is right now. So I'll explain that in just a minute. That number is actually before I've subtracted the $1,095 that still needs to come out of the account. So what we have is $4,975. I'm just gonna make it even and not put the change in there. And then I'm going to subtract $1,095 from that. Right, so our debt snowball ends up being $3,880. From here, I know it seems pretty confusing. Our debt snowball is supposed to be like 900 and something, and it's all of a sudden like skyrocketed, and that is because of the stimulus check. So our stimulus check is going straight to our emergency savings. It will be a debt snowball as long as we don't have to use it for anything else. That is why that number is so big. You'll find out in our budget recap for April that we went over in our miscellaneous category and our food category, food and home category. I'll talk about that more in that next video. You know, it is difficult being at home all day long and not being able to like go and do other things to keep you from like scrolling online or that sort of thing. It's definitely something that I know a lot of people are struggling with, is like online shopping and being bored and wanting to go like grab food from the local place that is doing carry out, you know, that sort of thing. Yeah, it's been interesting, but I'm not mad about the $3,880 going into our emergency savings account that will eventually go towards the Trailblazer. With that being said, hopefully here soon, when we can put that money towards the Trailblazer, we have $800 from last month plus the $3,880 from this month, and that will pay off the Trailblazer. And we got the Trailblazer in, I want to say January. Yeah, I think it was January. And so we've got January, February, March, April. Technically, right now, we have the money. We could pay it off right now. But I want to be safe and keep that money in emergency savings until we feel comfortable to put it towards the Trailblazer. So that's the super exciting news, is the Trailblazer should be paid off very, 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 very soon. And I'm so happy about that. And then we can move on to our next debt snowball. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and close out this video. I hope that you liked it. Please make sure you give it a thumbs up, and then don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a video. My next couple videos should be our recap for the month and our budget for May. We are due with a baby in May, if you can't tell. Hopefully sooner than later. Honestly, I am getting to that point where it is rough. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time. Where was I going with that?